Imagine a world without iPhones, iPads, or Macs. Hard, isn't it? That's the magnitude of Apple's impact on our lives. Now let's rewind to April 1st, 1976, the day Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ronald Wayne founded Apple. These three visionaries embarked on a journey to create something extraordinary, something that would change the world. They shared a dream of making computers accessible to everyone, not just the tech-savvy few. A dream that led to the creation of Apple I, the company's first product. It was a rudimentary device by today's standards, but back then, it was a beacon of innovation. It was the catalyst that set Apple on its path to becoming a tech titan. In a humble garage in Los Altos, California, a revolution was brewing. There, amidst wires and circuit boards, Apple was born. And the tech industry as we know it would never be the same again. In a humble garage, Apple was born, soon to revolutionize the tech industry. From a garage startup, Apple catapulted into the big leagues with the launch of the Apple II. This machine, with its innovative design and user-friendly interface, was a game-changer. And it wasn't just the tech aficionados who were impressed. The Apple II drew the attention of everyday consumers, proving that computers could be more than just tools for scientists and big businesses. In those early days of personal computing, the Apple II was a beacon of innovation. It was one of the first computers to feature color graphics and a fully assembled motherboard, making it more accessible to the general public. Its success was phenomenal, selling millions and turning Apple into a household name. Yet, the Apple II was only the beginning. In December 1980, Apple went public, releasing 4.5 million shares at $22 each. The company's initial public offering, or IPO, was one of the biggest of its time, generating more capital than any IPO since Ford Motor Company went public in 1956. This influx of capital allowed Apple to invest in research and development, setting the stage for the revolutionary products to come. One of those products was the Macintosh, introduced in January 1984. The Macintosh was the first mass-market personal computer, and it fundamentally changed our relationship with technology. With its graphical interface and mouse, the Macintosh made computers personal, approachable, and fun. It was this philosophy, that technology should be accessible and enjoyable, that laid the groundwork for the Apple we know today. The Apple II and the Macintosh were more than just computers. They were symbols of a new era, an era where technology was not just a tool, but an integral part of our daily lives. They marked the beginning of the golden Apple era, a time of rapid growth and innovation for the company. The Apple II and the Macintosh set the stage for Apple's dominance in the tech industry. It was during this period that Apple emerged as a leader, setting the standard for personal computing and shaping the future of technology. Every success story has its share of challenges, and Apple was no exception. In the mid-80s, Apple was hit with a seismic shift that would test its mettle. The year was 1985, and the company's charismatic co-founder Steve Jobs decided to part ways with Apple. This was a jolt to the company's core, leaving many to question its future. Jobs' departure came on the heels of a power struggle within the company. The board of directors, led by then-CEO John Sculley, clashed with Jobs over the direction of the company. This led to Jobs being stripped of his managerial duties, and eventually, his exit from Apple. The man who had once been the beating heart of the company was now gone, leaving a void that was hard to fill. In the years following Jobs' departure, Apple struggled to find its footing. The company tried to innovate, releasing products like the Newton Message Pad, a personal digital assistant, and the Macintosh Portable, an early attempt at a laptop. But these products failed to capture the public's imagination or their wallets, and Apple found itself losing ground to competitors. By the mid-90s, things were looking bleak for Apple. The company was hemorrhaging money and was on the brink of bankruptcy. It had lost over $1 billion in a single year, and its stock price had plummeted. The golden apple was now looking more like a bruised fruit, and many were questioning whether the company could survive. But, as we all know, the darkest hour is just before dawn. Apple was down, but it was not out. The company's board of directors knew that they needed to make a bold move to save Apple, and so, they turned to the one man who they believed could turn things around. The company that once shone brightly was now on the brink of extinction, but not for long. As the curtain fell on Apple's trials and tribulations, a faint glimmer of hope began to emerge. The company was down but not out, and the resilience of its core team was about to shine through. Our first image paints a picture of Apple's headquarters, a symbol of the company's enduring spirit. Despite the turmoil within, the building stood tall, a beacon in the storm. The next image takes us inside, to the drawing boards where Apple's engineers were tirelessly brainstorming, trying to steer the company back on track. The third image is a stark reminder of Apple's financial struggle, represented by a graph showing a sharp decline in the company's stock price. But even in this bleak scenario, the fourth image presents a glimmer of hope: the launch of the Newton Message Pad, a product that, although not successful, showed Apple's undying spirit of innovation. The fifth image represents the Macintosh Portable, another valiant attempt by Apple to break new ground. The sixth image is a poignant one, showing an empty CEO's office, a reminder of the void left by Steve Jobs' departure. The seventh image is a newspaper clipping of Apple's financial losses, a sobering reminder of just how close the company came to bankruptcy. The eighth image shows a boardroom, representing the crucial decisions being made behind closed doors to save the company. Our final image in this scene is a silhouette of a man, representing the return of Steve Jobs, the prodigal son, ready to breathe new life into the company he co-founded. This scene is a tribute to Apple's resilience, a testament to its ability to weather the storm and rise again, stronger and more innovative than ever. In 1997, a familiar face returned to Apple: Steve Jobs. This marked the beginning of what many consider the company's golden era, with Jobs at the helm. His return was not just a simple homecoming, it was a revitalization, a renaissance of sorts for the struggling tech giant. Jobs, ever the visionary, had a new outlook for Apple. He envisioned a company that not only made computers but also created products that would redefine their respective markets. This was a bold, ambitious vision, and it would soon take shape in ways that no one could have predicted. The first step in this new direction was the introduction of the iMac in 1998. This desktop computer, with its colorful, translucent design, was a stark departure from the beige boxes that dominated the market at the time. The iMac was more than just a machine, it was a statement that technology could be both powerful and aesthetically pleasing. But Jobs wasn't finished. He had more groundbreaking ideas up his sleeve. In 2001, Apple launched the iPod, a portable music player that revolutionized the way we listen to music. No longer were we tied to bulky CD players or limited by the number of songs a cassette tape could hold. The iPod put a world of music in our pockets. And then, in 2007, came the iPhone, a device that transformed the smartphone industry. It wasn't just a phone, it was a mini computer, a camera, a music player, and so much more, all in one sleek package. It changed our perception of what a phone could be. The innovation didn't stop there. In 2010, Apple introduced the iPad, a tablet computer that bridged the gap between laptops and smartphones. It further cemented Apple's reputation as a company that pushed the boundaries of what technology could do. With Jobs at the helm, Apple was back on track, innovating and changing the face of technology. His second coming was more than a resurgence, it was a revolution, shaping the world as we know it today. The loss of Steve Jobs in 2011 was a blow to Apple, but his legacy lived on. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, Apple didn't just survive, it thrived. At the helm of this resurgence was none other than Tim Cook, a man of quiet resolve and sharp business acumen. Stepping into the shoes of a visionary like Jobs was no easy task, but Cook was up for the challenge. He had been with Apple since 1998, working closely with Jobs and understanding the core values of the company. As CEO, Cook brought his own flavor of leadership, focusing on teamwork and transparency while keeping the spirit of innovation alive. Under Cook's stewardship, Apple continued to break new ground. In 2014, the company introduced a product that would redefine wearables, the Apple Watch. With its sleek design and advanced features, it was not just a watch but a lifestyle statement, a fitness companion, and a gadget that saved lives by detecting irregular heart rhythms. But Apple didn't stop at hardware. They ventured into the realm of digital services with the launch of Apple Music in 2015. Competing with established players like Spotify, Apple Music soon became a favorite among music lovers, offering a vast library of songs, curated playlists, and the unique Beats One radio station. These innovations were more than just new products or services. They were the embodiment of Apple's commitment to enrich people's lives by pushing the boundaries of technology. They were a testament to Cook's leadership, carrying forward Jobs' legacy while charting his own course. From the early days of the Apple I to the current age of the iPhone, Apple Watch and beyond, the company has consistently been at the forefront of technological advancement. Its journey, marked by highs and lows, triumphs and tribulations, is a reflection of its resilience and relentless pursuit of excellence. From a garage startup to a trillion-dollar company, Apple's journey is a testament to innovation and resilience. The legacy of Apple continues, reminding us that with vision, dedication, and a knack for disrupting the status quo, anything is possible. Over the decades, Apple has fundamentally changed how we interact with technology. From its humble beginnings in a garage, Apple has grown into a tech titan, setting the bar high for innovation and design. Our journey today took us through the golden Apple era, a time of groundbreaking introductions like the Macintosh and the iMac, setting the stage for the personal computer revolution. We navigated the trials and tribulations, periods of struggle that tested the resilience of the company. The second coming of Steve Jobs marked a turning point, ushering in an era of unparalleled success with iconic products like the iPod, iPhone, and iPad. Today, the legacy continues as Apple remains a leader in the tech industry, pioneering advancements in areas like privacy, sustainability, and digital services. In the grand tapestry of technology, Apple's threads run deep, influencing and shaping the world as we know it.